In the chilling depths of the trenches during World War I, a group of British soldiers huddled together, their spirits broken. These were the haunted corridors of war, where the stench of death lingered in the air, and the biting cold gnawed at their bones. Their hearts heavy with the weight of what they had seen, what they had done, and what they had lost. Among them was Private James, a young man barely out of boyhood. His eyes, once filled with the innocence of youth, now mirrored the horrors he had witnessed. The trenches had become his home, a home filled with dread and desolation. Each night he would stand guard over this desolate landscape, the chilling winds whispering tales of terror. His senses were always on edge, heightened by the constant threat of an enemy attack. The fear was a constant companion, a relentless tormentor. Night after night he stood watch over the desolate landscape, his senses sharpened by the constant fear of an enemy attack. One moonless night, as the trenches lay shrouded in darkness, Private James heard whispers echoing through the eerie silence. The whispers were like a siren's song, compelling yet terrifying, pulling him away from the relative safety of the trench. With each word they seemed to grow louder, more insistent, impossible to ignore. Following the whispers, Private James found himself navigating through a treacherous terrain of mud and barbed wire. Each step was a gamble, each breath a prayer. Yet he pressed on, guided by the spectral voices that seemed to be leading him towards an unknown destination. His journey led him to a secluded corner of the trench where he stumbled upon a hidden passage. It was a gaping maw in the earth, leading deep underground into the bowels of the unknown. A chill ran down his spine as he peered into the abyss, the whispers now a deafening roar in his ears. Driven by a morbid curiosity, he ventured into the darkness, his heart pounding with every step. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a chamber illuminated by flickering torches, revealing a gruesome sight that chilled him to the bone. The chamber was a grotesque spectacle, a horrifying testament to the grim realities of war. The walls were not made of mud or stone, but of something far more macabre. They were adorned with the twisted, mangled remains of fallen soldiers, their faces locked in eternal expressions of agony and despair. Each one was a silent testament to a life abruptly ended, a story cut short, a dream turned nightmare. The air in the chamber was heavy with the stench of decay, a sickening blend of rot and rusting iron. On the ground lay discarded weapons and shattered helmets, each a macabre memento of a life brutally extinguished. The flickering torchlight cast long, monstrous shadows that danced and twisted on the walls, adding to the nightmarish tableau. Then, in the heart of this abhorrent chamber, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was not a man, but something far more sinister. Its eyes gleamed with an unnatural light, and it moved with an eerie grace that belied its monstrous nature. It was a creature of darkness, a being born of the very horrors that the chamber represented. The figure spoke in a voice that seemed to resonate from the depths of the earth itself, a chilling whisper that echoed off the chamber walls. It promised power and glory, a tempting offer laced with deceit and malice. It spoke of a world free from war, a world where the horrors of the trenches would be but a distant memory. But the price of such a promise was a soul, a sacrifice to the darkness. Terrified, Private James turned to flee, but the passage had vanished, leaving him trapped in the clutches of darkness. His heart pounded in his chest, a frantic drumbeat echoing his fear, but there was no escape, no way out. The chamber had become his prison, the figure his jailer. The horrors of war had taken a new form, a form far more terrifying than any enemy soldier. The chamber was not just a room, it was a symbol, a dreadful reminder of the true cost of war. From that day forth, Private James was never seen again, his fate forever intertwined with the horrors of war and the sinister forces that lurked beneath the surface. The chilling narrative of Private James, a young soldier who dared to confront the unspeakable, serves as a haunting testament to the horrors of war. His tale, passed down through hushed whispers and fearful glances, remains etched in the memories of those who walked the same blood-soaked trenches. The echoes of his desperate cries, the chilling image of the shadowy figure, and the gruesome chamber of horrors all form a grim tapestry of dread and despair. Private James, once a youthful soldier, became a symbol of the unspoken terrors that lay in wait in the darkness, forever known as the Lost Soldier. His story is a chilling reminder that the battlefields of war are not just marred by the conflict between nations, but also by the sinister forces that lurk in the shadows. And as the years passed, whispers of the lost soldier echoed through the trenches, a grim reminder of the price paid by those who dared to confront the darkness that lurked within.